Hi, my name is Luciano Flores. I'm taking cultural food studies in the fall of 2025. This is my final project. So today I'm gonna show y'all a recipe that my family has always been doing. It's super good, it's super simple. My mom always says to have like a signature like dessert or something, like just a dish to bring to parties. And this is super simple, like you don't even know how to bake. If you can't bake, like if you messes up, like that's on you. But this is just a super easy recipe. It's pastel de queso. So it's legit just cheesecake, and I haven't really seen a lot of recipes like this. I've seen like variations, but I haven't seen it like done this exact way. We got it from like a family friend like a long time ago. That's why it's written on paper, and in Spanish and in pen. But this is a super easy recipe. What you're gonna need is vanilla, and it's gonna be a dash of vanilla. I do use this brand. You can use any brand of vanilla. I just like this one. You need a can of evaporated milk. You can use any kind. A can of sweetened condensed milk. And then it says 1 cheese of Philadelphia. When we mean by that, it's just like a pack, so just a pack 2. And then you're gonna need 4 eggs, as well as it says a handful of cheese. Make sure you can use like white mozzarella cheese, but make sure, I really like this brand, Queso Chihuahua. I think it really does add to the taste of it, and it's really good. And I think that's what makes this cheesecake so good, because as you notice, this isn't like a really sweet cheesecake. It's gonna taste like more like savory, but this is still a really good recipe. And it's like I know people like it because the biggest compliment you can get from a dish, like from a dessert, especially from like Mexican families, it's like it's not too sweet. And I feel like that's the biggest compliment you can get. And if you want to get compliments, use this dish. And then you can make your own graham cracker crust. I prefer just to buy it. This is a 10-inch pan from the Kebler brand, and this brand I love. Actually, like this is something like for like the graham crackers, the Philadelphia cheese, and just the cheese in general. I wouldn't skimp out on like buying the Great Value brand for like the sweetened condensed milk and the evaporated milk and vanilla for sure. But the graham cracker, this is like one of the better graham cracker crusts that I use, and as you see, it's more consistent. And you can make your own, obviously, but this is just the one I really like to use. And then Philadelphia cheese, like I feel like Philadelphia is just the best kind of cream cheese, so please use it. And then this like will add the flavor that you're like wanting. So please use this. And then plus this is just really good in general for your quesillas and all that. But what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna need a blender for this recipe. This is all done in a blender. Like it's just a blender and then on the oven. So you want to preheat your oven 375 for. We're gonna preheat it at 75, and then we're gonna start it on the cheesecake. Okay, so time to get started on your cheesecake. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna add a dash of vanilla. So when I measure my vanilla, if you don't know what a dash is, basically means once it touches like the bowl, just like kind of like pour it and then stop. So I usually don't measure my vanilla. I will be honest, vanilla and garlic are like 2 things I never measure. Don't ask me why. But usually when I do a dash vanilla, I do a long dash because I like the taste of vanilla personally. But just like that. Just add a dash of vanilla. I have a friend, her name's Suzette. She's awesome, and like she loves my cheesecake recipe. I would make it all the time, and like we're now in like school, and like she's farther away now, and so she always like asks me for it because I never gave it to her. 'Cause usually I just don't share my recipes because they're mine. I gatekeep, but I'm not gatekeeping this one, so be happy. Something I didn't know about cheesecake was that it's considered a baked custard. I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? I didn't know cheesecake was considered a baked custard. I always thought cheesecake was just like cheesecake. Does that make sense? So as you're adding everything, make sure. Be careful. Make sure you're getting all that, because this is where like mainly all the sweetness comes from. So make sure you're scraping off that lid, and then. Wanna scoop everything out. A more Mexican style cheesecake. I've seen people, my mom sometimes adds like another stick of cream cheese, or like adds like a little bit of sour cream to like enhance the cheesiness of the flavor. I just follow the recipe as is, but you guys can always add stuff. I see people add honey, and all that, but it's just how I just make it. Okay. Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna say like a cup of cheese. Like this is a cup, so. And since there's not much in it, I'm gonna just add the rest. So let's just say a cup and a half of cheese.
Write that down, write that down!
Of mozzarella cheese is what you want to add. You want to add your 4 eggs. I always hate working with eggs personally. I always like feel like I can never crack them right. Make sure you don't get the eggshells in. One time I did do that and then it didn't turn out that good. But add your eggs. You want to add the whole egg. Don't add like just the yolk or anything. And then this is I don't know if I said this is a baked cheesecake recipe, but preheat your oven to 375, guys. Fahrenheit, sorry. We're gonna bake it. That I cleaned up a little bit. I'm gonna show y'all for finding it as a cheesecake. So it does say, if you see it's like 1 queso de Philadelphia, that really just means like a pack, 1 of the 2-pack. I shouldn't really specify that, but would I like any special meanings to this dish? I guess it's just like eating it. Like this is just something that I always like grew up eating, and like my mom, she'll like take it everywhere. I need scissors, I can't get it. And I guess like this cheesecake has really good memories for me. And then plus like, don't knock it till you try it, cause like if you say you don't like cheesecake, then you probably just haven't had my cheesecake, and that's real, cause you probably just had it. Ooh. And then low-key my blender's a little too small for this, but we're gonna make it work. The second one now. This isn't like a bad dish. I feel like I like this dish because it isn't processed. Like it doesn't taste like one of those like cheesecake you buy from the store. It really just has like it's like flavor, and like you can actually taste what's in it. And that's why I'm like best cheesecake ever. Ooh. You guys watching anything new? I just rewatched Stranger Things, and oh shoot, my oven. Okay, my dog's judging me right now. I'll insert a picture right now. It's gonna pop up on the screen. 3, 2, 1. That's Wanda, if you want to know my dogs. This is where I usually just mix it. Okay. We're gonna mix this, and then I'm also gonna wash my hands. So, transition, 1, 2, 3. Okay, transition. We're gonna blend this. I'll tell you when to kind of stop. You're gonna blend it until it's like nice and smooth, and like you can't really see if there's anything in there. So we're gonna blend it right now. I already blended it a little bit, just cause. Make sure yours doesn't explode, because mine did. Thinking I didn't get that on camera. But we're gonna blend it. Oh, mine did explode. Okay. I'm gonna clean this up real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, now that we're all cleaned up, what you're gonna want to do is, if you don't notice, like there's gonna be bubbles on the top. You're gonna let that sit. But what you're gonna get started on is you're gonna open up your graham crackers, your cheesecake, and you're gonna want to save the plastic. Don't throw that away, but just open it up, and you should just like lightly open. And like it should just pop right out. And then look at that. That's so good. When I make this, I usually make this for like my friends or parties or like potluck, or this is just like an event dish. Like but make sure if you take this to the event, cut the first slice. That's what I noticed with like a lot of dishes, is like when you don't cut the first slice of like cake, and it's like no one else is like willing to cut first. Like I don't know why that's considered embarrassing or what's not, but. And it's gonna be really creamy. Remember that. It's gonna be like a really creamy cheesecake. Be careful, because this smells. Ooh. So welcome back. I poured the other one off camera just so it's a little nicer, and then heat it at 375 Fahrenheit, and we're gonna bake it for about 40-ish minutes. More like 38, but more 38-ish minutes. But we're gonna keep an eye on it, and I'll tell you how it's supposed to look. It tastes really good. I guess if you want your soul to be happy and your tummy to be filled, then this is really good for you. Huh? Or like, if your family is like constantly bullying you, like you can't cook, then make this. It's like really creamy, and you can actually taste like a little bit of cheese, but don't be kind of disgusted by that. Like I mean it like you can taste the cheese in a good way, where like you can taste like the profile of the dish. But it's just a really good dish. I should probably put a picture of the recipe.
Flashback.
And I'll show the text messages between my friends asking me to bring it. And I'll show pictures of like where I bring the dish. They'll be on the screen like right now. Boom. Right here. Do you see it? 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 The bubbles died down on this one. This one still has a little bit of bubbles, but I'm gonna put them in the oven and then I'll get back to you.
So it's gonna be 375 for about. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't stop, don't stop. We're gonna 38 minutes. Okay, so they're in the oven right now, and I'm gonna bake them at 375 for about 30-ish minutes. This one is like a better example. This one, I don't know what happened to that one. These are just like freshly in the oven. I just put them in, but that's how it should look like. It shouldn't really look like that, but that one, the bubbles aren't dying down. So, okay. Okay, so it's done. Oh, and we're gonna poke it with a little toothpick to make sure it comes out. If it comes out clean, then it's done. I'm gonna take it out of the oven right now, so we'll come back. So now that our cheesecake are out of the oven, they look so good. Like look at that. She's beautiful, and they smell so good. The worst part is you can't eat it right away. Like it looks really tempting, but you need to let it set for a little bit. So what you're gonna do is just let this in like a cool area for a few hours or in the fridge. I usually don't put it right away in the fridge just because it's really warm. I usually just let it like cool on my counter for like 20 minutes and then I'll put it in the fridge for a few hours. But we'll come back in a few hours and we'll do a little taste test together. So we'll see. You'll see the
5 hours later.
So this is kind of like the texture you want for your cheesecake. It looks so good. Okay, so here is the cheesecake finally. I've already cut myself a slice. And yeah, so that's how it's gonna look like. It's now around, so like 5 hours later from the fridge from being cool. Let's try it. Oh, good. Here's the bite. Where's the camera? Right there. I promise you, once you make this cheesecake, they're gonna be asking you to make it every day. So good. Alright. I hope you like learning how to make cheesecake from me. And I hope you make this yourself because it's actually really delicious. So. Goodbye. Thank you for having me in this class. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the year.